Hello engineers, welcome to Mechanical Training World channel. Today we will discuss about Division 2 formulas for designing the Division 1 vessels guys or Division 1 components. So before going to the topic, if you are new to my channel, please subscribe and click on the bell icon. So you will get notified if I upload any new videos. So let's get into the topic guys. So the very first one is, can we use Division 2 formulas for Division 1 components? Can we use Division 2 formulas for designing the Division 1 components, guys? Yes, we can use Division 2 formulas for designing the Division 1 components. So that's why I'm doing this video, right? So yes, we can use Division 2 formulas. So in Division 2 also we have two parts, two main parts. That is, one is part 4, division by rule. So in design by rule, you have formulas, guys. And next one is part 5, that is design by analysis. One is by design by rule and other is design by analysis. Both we can use. Okay. When designing a Division 1 component, we first try design by rule method. So if that is not feasible, we will move to design by analysis. I hope you got the point. But my question is, where is this allowed in the code, guys? In which clause it was mentioned in the Division 1 code? We need some references, right? We cannot use blindly Division 2 formulas, right? So we need some references. So where it was mentioned, that reference where it was mentioned. So it is clearly mentioned in ASME Section VIII Division 1. That too in clause U2G, guys. So what U2G clause says that Division 1 does not contain rules to cover all components. If you not find design rules for designing your Division 1 component, you need to follow one of the following three methods. If you didn't find formulas to calculate or to design your Division 1 component, you need to follow one of the three methods. What are the methods, guys? You can use either mandatory Appendix 46 or proof testing according with UG 101, or you need to use other recognized standards or codes. So any one of these methods you need to use if you didn't find formulas for designing the Division 1 vessel or Division 1 components, guys. I hope you understand this point. And there is one more clause says the same thing, that is UG 16A. UG 16A reaffirms that mandatory appendix 46 can be used when design rules are missing. So in these two clauses, it is mentioned that if you didn't find formulas, you need to refer first mandatory appendix 46, then you can go to Division 2. Okay. So this is what this clauses says. So from these two clauses, we know that we can use Division 2 formulas as a alternative methods for Division 1 formulas, right? So let's move to next point, guys. That is mandatory appendix 46. So rules for use of section 8 Division 2 formulas. So if you open mandatory appendix 46, you will see scope, right? So the scope says, this mandatory appendix 46 scope says that Division 2 is used to establish the thickness for Division 1 vessels when design rules are not available in Division 1. I hope you got this point. So this point also saying same thing. If you didn't find formulas in Division 1, move to Division 2 formulas. That is part 4 or part 5. Okay. So same thing, it is also saying same thing, right? But my question is, why we need to refer mandatory appendix 46? Why not we directly use Division 2 formulas, guys? So why code is saying that first you go to U2G clause, then refer mandatory appendix 46. So why we need to refer mandatory appendix? So the reason behind this is, if you follow Division 2 formulas directly, for example, take part 4 thickness formulas. In thickness formulas, we will see allowable stress values, right? So which allowable stress values we need to consider, either according to Division 1 or Division 2? So this is little bit confusion, right? So which allowable stress we need to consider, because we are using Division 2 formulas for designing the Division 1 vessel. So which allowable stress values we need to consider, or which weld joint categories or which weld joint efficiencies we need to consider. So this is the big question mark, right? And also some points are there, that is impact testing requirements. So impact test, whether Division 1 impact testing applicable or Division 2 impact testing applicable, which one we need to consider. And next one is tolerances. So tolerance requirements. Both Division 1 and Division 2 provide tolerances, right? So which one we need to follow. And also hydro test conditions. So in hydro test conditions, we need to evaluate stresses, right? We need to evaluate stresses according to hydro test conditions, right? So which one we need to follow, according to Division 2 or Division 1? So to answer these all questions, this mandatory appendix 46 provided by the ASME code, ASME committee, guys. Okay. I hope now you can understand why we are referring mandatory appendix first before going to the division 2 formulas. So if you find this information useful, please subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon, guys. So it will boost my confidence to create more interesting videos for you. So let's move to the next topic, that is mandatory appendix 46 2. So if you see 46 2, there will the code mention that allowable design stresses and other considerations. The first one is part 4, design by rule. So if you are following part 4 design by rule formulas, so you need to consider allowable stress values shall be as per UG 23. So UG 23A is about tensile allowable stresses and UG 23B is about compressive stresses, right? So you need to follow allowable stresses as per UG 23A for tensile allowable stresses, guys. But what about compressive stresses? What about maximum allowable compressive stresses, guys? So maximum allowable compressive stresses shall be limited by 4.4.12 in lieu of rules of UG 23B. So you cannot use UG23B for maximum allowable stresses, guys. So you need to follow 4.4.12 division 2 part 4. Okay, I hope you are getting the point. So for tensile allowable stresses, you need to follow UG23A. For maximum allowable stress conditions, you need to follow division 2 part 4, 4.4.12. And you need to consider joint efficiency rate, that is as per UW11 and UW12 table. Okay, I hope you got the point. So let's see next, design by analysis. So in design by analysis also, allowable stress value shall be as per UG23 only. So here only mentioned about tensile, guys. So it is not mentioned about compressive stresses. So why we will discuss later. So as of now, we'll see. So the weld joint efficiency shall be as per UW11 and UW12. There is one more important conditions, that with full radiography. With full radiography values only we need to consider for design by analysis method. Cannot consider that non-radiography and spot radiography requirements. Okay, because that is not possible. So I hope you got the point. So let's move to next one. That is UG46 3. So in UG46 3, some more conditions given in design by rule method. So part 4 may be used for division 1 components. I already told you part 4 formulas may be used for designing division 1 components. So if you are finding thickness of shell or formed heads by using part 4 equations, you need to find nozzle and its reinforcement conditions as per part 4 only. If you are finding thickness of shell or thickness of head as per part 4 equations, you need to find nozzle and reinforcement calculations as per part 4 only. You cannot find nozzle and reinforcement calculations as per division 1, guys. So you need to find both thickness of shell and nozzle and reinforcement conditions as per part 4 only. I hope you understand this point. And next one is, if there are any conical transections, you need to follow part 4 only. So that the rules as per part 4 only you need to consider. So you cannot perform conical transection as per division 1. Okay. And next point is, impact testing requirements. Material impact testing requirements shall be as per division 1 only. But whatever the coincident ratio, you are calculated under division 2 only. So if you don't know coincident ratio, you will find this in UCS 66, guys. You will find this in UCS 66B. So anyway, we will discuss this UCS classes also. So in upcoming lectures, don't worry. So as of now, we will consider only mandatory appendix 46, guys. So next one is, so up to here design rules, guys. Up to here design rules. But what about fabrication tolerances? So we need to consider fabrication tolerances also, right? So as per division 1 or division 2 fabrication tolerances, we need to consider. So what is our answer, guys? So division 2 shall be satisfied. So why we are using division 2 means, the reason behind using division 2 tolerances is that while developing the formulas, fabrication tolerances are also considered by the ASME committee, guys. So each division has different formulas according to their fabrication tolerances. Why? In division 1 we have only design by rule, but in division 2 we have design by rule and design by analysis. So according to methods, the ASME committee take their fabrication tolerances for designing, for developing the formulas, guys. So we here anyway we are using division 2 formulas, so we need to satisfy fabrication tolerances as per division 2 only. But there is one more condition. Whatever the outside tolerances is not permitted as per division 2. So we cannot achieve division 2 tolerances, guys. We cannot achieve outside tolerance of division 2. So that's why we are following division 1 only. So I hope you got this point also. So move to next point, that is evaluation of all load cases. So we saw about design and fabrication. Now we see load cases, guys. So which load cases we need to use? Division 1 load cases or Division 2 load cases? Which we need to consider? So we need to consider Division 1 only. So there is no need to consider Part 4 design rules, guys. But there are some cases, right? Seismic and wind loads that is not mentioned in Division 1 properly. So for that cases, we need to use either Division 2 or they have other separate codes like ASCE. So you need to use that codes for calculating the seismic and wind loads. And one more point given, when the design load combinations of Division 2 is used, then allowable stress increase of UG23D is not permitted. So what exactly UG23 is saying that? What exactly UG23 says? So if we use combination of earthquake or wind loads with other loads, then 1.2 times of maximum allowable stress shall be permitted in the thickness calculations. So that is what UG23 is saying, guys. So if you are using any combination of earthquake or wind loads with other loads like dead loads or any other loads, at that case 1.2 times of maximum allowable stress shall be permitted. That means 20% extra 20% extra allowable stress is permitted, guys, in that condition in thickness calculations. But if you are using division 2 formulas, this condition is not permitted. I hope you got the point. So next one is evaluation of stresses during the test condition. So what about a hydro test? So for a hydro test, we do test calculations, right? We do stress calculations. So that calculations as per division 2 or division 1. What is the answer, guys? That is as per division 1 only. Why? Because division 2 given more allowable, right, compared to division 1. So that is difficult to achieve. So that's why we are considering division 1 evaluation of stress conditions only. So I hope you got the point. And next one is fatigue screening. So when we do this fatigue screening means if you have any cyclic loads, guys. So if you have any cyclic loads, we will do fatigue analysis. So before doing that fatigue analysis, whether we require that fatigue analysis or not, that will be confirmed by this fatigue screening. So anywhere this fatigue screening is not required, guys, unless we have cyclic loads. I hope you got the point. And next one is weld joint shall be as per division 2 only. So exclusive of category E joint. So in division 1 we have 4 categories, right? A, B, C, D. So there is no category E, right? So that's why in division 2 also we are not considering category E, but we are considering division 2 weld joint categories only. So that's all about division 2 design by rule method, guys. So what about design by analysis method? Design by analysis method also we can use. So when we use this part 5 design by analysis method means if there is no formula, in division 1 or part 4 division 2, then only we will do design by analysis method. Otherwise we cannot do this design by analysis method, guys. So if we have formulas in division 1 or part 4 division 2, we will go through that. I hope you got this first point. And UG23D is not permitted. I already told you UG23. What does it mean? So UG23 also not permitted. And all the failure modes of part 5 shall be considered. So how many failure modes are there in part 5 division by analysis? So there are 4 failure modes are there, guys. One is plastic collapse. Second one is local failure. And third one is collapse from buckling. And fourth one is failure due to cyclic loads. So all the 4 failure modes we need to consider if you are designing your component by design by analysis method. I hope you got this point. So first one is plastic collapse. If you follow plastic collapse, we need to do elastic stress analysis. In plastic collapse only, elastic stress analysis is there. So if you are performing elastic stress analysis, allowable shall be as per division 1 only. Whatever your allowable stress values, that is as per division 1 only. And if you are performing limit load analysis, this is also under plastic collapse failure mode only. So in this, yield strength shall be as per 1.5 times of allowable stress, guys. And there is one more point, evaluation of test conditions is not required. Why? Because we are doing analysis, right? So there is no need of evaluation of test conditions here. But if you are doing design by rule method, you need to do. So next one is local failure. So local failure analysis is required as per division 2 and collapse from buckling is required as per division 2. And there is one more failure mode, that is fatigue analysis. So if you have cyclic loadings, you need to do fatigue analysis as per division 2. So all these failure modes you need to consider while designing your component by design by analysis method. So I hope you got the mandatory appendix 46, guys. So if you find this information useful, please subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon. Thank you, guys.